can't have that. I can't have an officer.
I've had a state trooper catch a little bit of marijuana on me, take the marijuana, never arrest me.
Yeah. And I said, didn't I say a while ago that an officer has discretion, but as the administrator or as any head of any department, for me to promote that and put the officer in that position would be more than likely illegal, definitely illegal, because I couldn't promote that. The kind of discretion that we talk about for officers would be in traffic situations, in certain those kind of situations that it's arbitrarily up to the officer to decide, hey, look, you ran a red light, nobody was endangered, be careful. Okay, but to say when it comes to a Class A misdemeanor or Class B or above, the officer does not have those discretions. If it happened to you, I guarantee you, if someone found out who that trooper was, that trooper could be prosecuted. And see, would that be fair to him? Now, you got a big break. But I would hope that you wouldn't write him a letter and thank the chief and tell the chief, thank you, because this guy gave me a break.
Well, the analogy is that, you know, the soldiers that are out fighting in Iraq and Afghanistan, they may not agree with the war, but that's their job.
And that's why, that's why I agreed when you asked me to be on this show. I mean, just, you know, for whatever it's worth, not many police officers would want to be in a position like this. I don't mind.
And we certainly respect it.
No, but I don't mind, because I think, I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to speak what I feel. That I'm not afraid of. And we shouldn't be. That's why we live in America. The point is, I've been in law enforcement over 30 years. And is the system working? No, it's not. I'm not trying to just bash our system, because I still believe I love this country. I love my city, my state. I'm so fortunate. And I came here as an immigrant. So I'm telling you, I know, but I'm not also bashing my mother country. But can we do better? Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Definitely. And we need more people like yourself and people out there who are voicing those opinions.
Well, again, I haven't, because, you know, if I go out to do a program, that's not the issue. You know, if they want me to talk about crime prevention, I talk about that. But I have said, though, to people, I've used that fact that by increasing the number of people in prison, something's wrong, folks.
Right.
So I don't think any baby is born to say, hey, someday I want to be in prison for the rest of my life.
I think the statistic is 1 person out of every 37 has been through the legal system, whether they're in jail, in prison, on parole, or a probation. It's 1 out of 37. And I don't see our country or the people that bad. Is it law enforcement, or cities need more?
Laws. You know, its laws are, you know, being enforced probably more harshly. People are going to jail for small amounts.
And I think we should address that. I think the officer should not be put in that predicament.
All right, we've got we've got a caller.
No, let's go to the callers.
Hi, welcome to Drugs, Crime, and Politics. It's caller.
Yes, in talking about police policy over the past few years, I don't want to strain the anecdote too much, but I remember attending a counter demonstration of the Ku Klux Klan in Austin, Texas in the early 80s. And at one point, 1,000 counter demonstrators confronted the Klan at their garage. It was very ugly, and it almost came to gunplay, and there were like literally half a dozen or to a dozen Austin police officers literally maintaining the situation until other officers arrived. There was this truly heroic attempt to de-escalate. And nowadays, we dress our police officers in black. We allow them to wear black mirror sunglasses that are intimidating. They wear helmets. They have automatic weapons. They have body armor. There seems to be this, okay, I'm going to make arrests, so I'm going to slam this guy down on the ground first. And it just seems like the iconic thing of the sheriff holding the mob at bay and just keeping and trying to maintain, and prevent violence has been exchanged for kind of a macho paramilitary, let's throw the guy down on the ground first kind of thing, at least in the appearance in the last 20 years. Does Mr. Trevino have a comment about that?
Sure. Definitely, again, I think that if we take some examples to some extreme, I don't think that's reasonable either. because if you look at just recently, I think it was at Kent State, it was the last week. I don't think it was the officers taking anybody down. It was a group of college kids acting whatever they were, whatever you want to call it. Or if you talk about those police officers that made the scene of a domestic violence and they got gunned down. I think we take some things to extremes. I'm not going to justify officers being killed in the line of duty for us to act irrational and unreasonable in our approach to trying to make our community safe. But I also don't think it's fair for someone just to stereotype that's what we're teaching. That's very unreasonable, because that's not the truth. That's not the fact. We're not teaching someone just to throw someone down. The reason you wear different gears depends on the situation. Eyeglasses is nothing new. I mean, that's been going around since 1 Adam 12, since Highway Patrol, and that was movies in the 50s. And I can tell you movies in the 60s, T.J. Hooker. So all those have been using. That's before your time, so you wouldn't know that, but maybe some of the viewers can remember. But these are the TV movies about police officers where the eyeglasses is nothing new.
I think what the man is trying to get at is when you see a police officer with this black helmet and a black face mask and the glasses, and it's all, it feels like it's an intimidation.
When would you see that? You wouldn't see that on a traffic stop. You wouldn't see that. You would see that maybe if, for example, the officers are having to be called to a special duty. When would you see it? It'd have to be a
special task or
SWAT
or something.
Well, the SWAT guys, yes.
Definitely.
But look, the officers, the SWAT officers that got killed up in, I forgot the state where it was, is in California, Oakland.
Yes.
If they would have had the right gear, they would have lived. They got shot in the head, and they didn't have it. Yet they had the body armor, but they didn't have the right gear, the headgear. So, but look, I do understand. I want to say this: being in law enforcement for many years, the idea for those, can we do a better job in training our officers in terms of the approach from the community? The community has got to see us as their partner and not their enemy. And they can't see us that we think the badge and gun gets to our head. They can't see us that way either, because we can't be that way. We shouldn't be that way.
But
all right, let's go ahead and take this call. Hi, welcome to Direct Crime Politics.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Okay. I wanted to, they give court-appointed attorneys such a bad rap. And I think that if they had someone to review their cases, if they take a case, I think they should represent their client to the best of their ability. But you always hear something so negative about a court-appointed attorney when they're getting paid. And I feel that if they had someone to review their files before they present it to the judge for sentencing to make sure that they did everything they're supposed to do for their client, I think it would be a better system, and I'll listen to what you have to say. Bye.
Appreciate the call.
Absolutely. I'm not an attorney and law enforcement, but I can tell you my experience. I think the idea is for a court-appointed attorney to really feel that they have to give it all they got, because they should. It's a human being that their liberty is being considered taken away from them.
Exactly, and that's the ethics as an attorney. You should treat each case as if it's the most important of your. But
if you look at that man down in Galveston that killed the other gentleman, cut his body up, and he was dressing as a woman, and he spent $100,000 on lawyers, and he beat the charge.
That's a good lawyer.
But I